Prince Harry has reportedly lost control after Queen Camilla privately questioned the legitimacy of Lilibet's birth, sparking a royal storm. Her remarks, leaked from a closed-door briefing, triggered a furious reaction from Harry, who now finds himself isolated, paranoid, and unraveling under the weight of a family reckoning. The moment. Harry snapped Camilla's private comment that shattered the silence. It wasn't a headline or a press leak that set Prince Harry off. It was a private briefing inside Clarence's house, where Queen Camilla reportedly made the remark that shattered months of royal silence. According to two separate aides, her words weren't spoken lightly. They were deliberate and leaked with purpose. Camilla allegedly questioned the legitimacy of Lilibet's birth, saying the palace never received proper documentation. That comment, shared in a high-level briefing, made its way to Harry within hours. When told by a senior aide, he reportedly slammed the phone down and stormed out, shouting, "They've crossed the line!" Within 24 hours, Harry confronted several family members in a secure Zoom call, hurling accusations at Camilla, calling her racist, cruel, and manipulative. One source on the call said, "It was the most emotional we've ever seen him since Diana's funeral." The room fell into silence. No one responded. And in that silence, a war that had been brewing behind palace walls finally broke into the open. Camilla's chilling truth. What she allegedly revealed about Lilibet's birth. In a closed-door discussion with senior aides, Queen Camilla reportedly said what many had whispered for years. Her question was blunt. No doctor, no hospital, no official photos? How are we expected to just accept it? Her comments pointed directly at Lilibet's birth, which came without any of the formalities expected of a royal child. Unlike Catherine's highly public deliveries, Meghan's gave no medical confirmation, no verified timeline, and no professional statements. Camilla warned of constitutional ramifications if legitimacy was later challenged. Insiders say her concerns weren't personal, they were legal. Succession laws require clarity. Without it, the monarchy's integrity could be at risk. A private memo was reportedly sent to King Charles's office, advising caution in how Archie and Lilibet were referenced in official records. "If we're wrong, we owe an apology," Camilla said. "If we're right, we face a crisis." Why Camilla's comment hit harder than any tabloid? Camilla had always been the quiet observer. Until now. Her decision to speak about Lilibet's birth was intentional, and it carried weight. As queen consort, her word now shapes internal policy and perception. And insiders say she chose this moment carefully, knowing the implications. Her concern wasn't rooted in drama, it was rooted in protocol. Camilla reportedly told aides, "There's a difference between being kind and being naive." Her voice, once scandalized, is now respected, which made her doubt impossible to dismiss. What tabloids speculated for years, Camilla validated with one sentence. She transformed whisper into legitimacy, not because she wanted scandal, but because she saw risk. And that risk wasn't emotional, it was constitutional. The moment Camilla raised the issue, the palace was forced to face the unspoken truth. That if a child's birth could not be proven, the monarchy's very line of succession could collapse. Harry spirals, inside his reported mental breakdown after the revelation. Prince Harry reportedly unraveled after learning of Camilla's remarks about Lilibet's birth. Sources say he stormed around Montecito, sleepless and furious, refusing help from staff and advisors. At one point, he was seen clutching a photo of Lilibet, saying, "They're attacking my daughter." Meghan urged calm, warning that emotional outbursts would only worsen scrutiny. But Harry fixated on online speculation, secretly reading Tom Bower's book despite banning it inside their home. "He's not protecting her anymore," said one insider. "He's protecting the story." And now, that story is slipping, with the truth closing in. The Lilibet timeline that never made sense. From day one, Lilibet's birth raised quiet red flags. No hospital was named. No doctor confirmed her delivery. Her arrival was announced in a vague digital statement. No photos, no staff, no timestamp. Unlike the clear documented births of William and Kate's children, Lilibet's few public photos have been distant or obscured. Even Queen Elizabeth II reportedly never took a photo with her namesake. A scheduled meeting during the Platinum Jubilee was mysteriously cancelled. Now, aides say the missing details don't look like privacy. That silence, one insider said, was deliberate. Royal succession at risk. Why this is a legal and constitutional crisis. Behind the royal formality, a serious legal review is unfolding, one that cuts to the core of the monarchy itself. According to senior legal advisors within Clarence House, there are now active discussions around the succession eligibility of Lilibet Diana. The concern? Under British law, individuals in the line of succession must be born of the body to a royal parent, a standard designed to protect lineage and legitimacy. If Lilibet was born via surrogate, and this fact was not disclosed, her place in the royal line may be legally void. Multiple sources confirm that King Charles has been advised not to include Archie or Lilibet in key royal succession documents until all facts are verified. Palace lawyers are said to be conducting quiet but serious reviews, cross-referencing private correspondences and past legal filings related to the birth. This isn't about cruelty, one constitutional expert said. It's about precedent and protecting the monarchy from collapse. For now, no formal decision has been made. But behind the scenes, a 1,000-year institution is bracing for the possibility that a secret, if exposed, could change the line forever. Meghan's cold countermove. The legal threats begin. While Harry spiraled emotionally, Meghan Markle responded with precision and legal firepower. The moment Tom Bower's allegations about Lilibet's birth began circulating, Meghan's legal team reportedly initiated a full-scale defense strategy. Multiple insiders confirmed that cease and desist letters were quietly sent to media outlets, royal correspondents, and even former palace staff, warning of defamation lawsuits. The goal was clear: silence the speculation before it spread. But the public noticed something crucial. Lawyers were sent, not proof. Instead of releasing a birth certificate, hospital records, or a photo with medical staff, Meghan's camp went quiet on substance and loud on threat. Critics seized on the contrast. Why fight rumors with lawyers, unless there's something to hide? When you answer questions with legal threats, people assume you're not ready to give answers, said one royal commentator. Behind the scenes, Meghan reportedly refused to provide further documentation, even to senior royals, citing privacy. But that refusal only deepened the rift. William, insiders say, saw the move as a deliberate obstruction. And for many watching, Meghan's counterattack may have been tactical, but it wasn't convincing. Public outcry and media suspicion. The court of opinion turns. In the court of public opinion, silence isn't neutral. It's incriminating. As legal threats flew behind the scenes, social media, tabloids, and even mainstream outlets began to ask the question the palace never answered: where's the proof? For weeks, the public had been fed vague timelines, stylized photos, and symbolic announcements. But the actual evidence of Lilibet's birth, location, medical oversight remained absent. Viral threads on Reddit and X began reposting videos of Meghan's pregnancies, showing inconsistencies in her bump shape and movement. Speculation about surrogacy resurfaced, now with a louder, angrier tone. One trending post read, "A single medical certificate would end this. Why won't they show it?" Polls taken by YouGov revealed that over 60% of Britons now doubt the official account of both Sussex children's births. And with the palace staying silent and the Sussexes offering lawyers instead of evidence, public trust began to collapse. "This isn't conspiracy anymore," said one veteran royal biographer. "It's public exhaustion. People feel lied to." As reputations teetered and headlines sharpened, it became clear. This wasn't just a crisis inside the monarchy. It was now a crisis of belief. The palace's calculated distance. Why no royal dares embrace Lilibet. Since her birth, Lilibet Diana has never been publicly photographed with Charles, Camilla, William, or Catherine. Not once. Not at a christening. Not during the Platinum Jubilee. Not even in private family footage. At the time, palace aides insisted this was due to scheduling issues. But now, sources say the absence was intentional, part of a calculated distancing strategy as concerns about her legitimacy quietly circulated behind closed doors. Insiders claim Charles was deeply hurt by the whispers, but ultimately followed legal advice to avoid embracing the child publicly without full confirmation. Aides reportedly told him, "If this comes into question later, you must be able to say you waited." William, meanwhile, is said to be furious, both over the deception he believes took place and the public consequences that now jeopardize the monarchy's credibility. "This wasn't rejection," one senior official said. "It was containment." And so, for 2 years, a child born into royalty has been kept outside its reach. Not out of cruelty, but because the risk of being wrong may be too great to bear. The future of the monarchy hangs in the balance. What began as quiet doubt has now grown into a full-blown constitutional dilemma. Inside Buckingham Palace, contingency plans are reportedly being drafted, ones that could formally remove Archie and Lilibet from the line of succession, should proof remain absent or inconsistent. This isn't a personal vendetta. It's the royal family preparing for the unthinkable. A potential breach in bloodline legitimacy that could shake the monarchy's foundation. Sources confirm legal teams are reviewing centuries-old statutes, weighing House of Windsor precedents against modern legal definitions. Behind locked doors, there's talk of a statement, one that reaffirms the Crown's commitment to transparency and succession law. And Harry? He now faces a final choice: release definitive proof or risk permanent exile from the institution he once called home. "The truth must come," a palace aide whispered, "even if it destroys him." Because this is no longer about one child. It's about 1,000 years of royal continuity, and whether that line now ends in silence, scandal, or the truth. This isn't just a family rift, it's a constitutional fracture, quietly unfolding behind palace walls. Camilla's words didn't come from malice, but duty, and that's what makes them impossible to ignore. Her doubts gave voice to years of silent questions, questions Harry and Meghan never fully answered. Now, with Harry spiraling and Meghan doubling down on legal threats, the royal family faces a dilemma: protect the institution or protect its own. So far, it has chosen the crown. No royal has been seen publicly with Lilibet. No formal acknowledgement has followed. And Camilla's statement, "If we're wrong, we apologize. If we're right, we face crisis," still echoes across corridors of power. For Harry, this is more than personal. It's legacy. Because if the truth remains unclear, the cost won't just be trust. It could be titles, history, and the very line of succession itself.